There's one more left, man.
Oh, really?
I don't know what.
This ain't in here. Some paper. It says, let me see what it says. All right. It says, it's something. Expecting to hatch in movement or something. Huh. That's not an egg. That's a pumpkin.
Let me see it. You probably can't see.
Probably right.
Expecting to hatch in November.
Oh, in November.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness.
Expecting
to hatch in November.
If you try to get the
What? Oh, my God! Oh, my God! You kidding?
Yes.
Oh, congratulations! Oh my goodness! Oh my God! I have to put this in the scrapbook.
So I'm back. I've been gone a really long time, but if you've been keeping up with me on social media, you've seen me on Facebook, Instagram, and follow us on Snapchat and Twitter. Snapchat, I will be back. Things got rough, so follow us on all those platforms and keep up with us on mynaturalsisters.com. We have lots of giveaways, and if you're already a member, you got a survey in your newsletter. Make sure you click that survey because there's a prize you can win if you fill out that survey, and I will also link the survey down in the description box for those who would like to enter for a chance to win the fabulous prize that's in there. So, I am pregnant, and I am 19 weeks. And there have been lots of ups and downs over the past couple months, so let's get into it. So basically, actually, your comments have actually helped me through this time period that I went through. The comments on the 9 to 5 video, the stress video, I went back and I had to read some of those comments again, but because they helped me so much. And yes, thank you for sharing, and feel free to comment and share your experiences on this video. So basically, I'm going to try not to go into too much detail, but if you're an educator, you may want more details on what happened. Basically, I went through a really tough time having to switch classrooms in the middle of the year. Over the years, I've taught 3rd grade, and that's a testing grade level, and I don't agree with the standardized testing. It's very stressful for teachers, and it's stressful for the students. So basically, the 2014-2015 school year, they asked me to go to 3rd grade. I was like, I can't do that, please, no, don't move me. And they didn't, but the stress was still there. It was still like, teaching is a stressful job. I decided to go to a better school within the district. Well, at least I thought so. I was like, the grass is green on the other side. So I go there, having a great year. Everybody thinks, you know, my teaching's great, my partner's great, my students are great, having a great time. And then they hit me with the, we need you in 3rd grade, we're going to move you. And that's where it all kind of just, I mean, I feel like over the years I've been trying to get out of 3rd grade or testing grades period, and I really wanted to do a primary grade and 2nd, and it's like I can't escape it. And that just added even more stress on top of trying to keep up, the pressure of trying to keep up with social media and our channel, and you know, just, and it's 3 people. It may seem like it should be easier because it's 3 of us, but it's actually a little, I feel like it could be a little more difficult with 3 different personalities, you know. But it was hard. Like, I took it really hard. I sat in that office with my partner and cried, and then we went to our rooms and cried, and I called family and friends. I'm gonna get emotional because I was really like distraught. Like, I loved my kids. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best year ever. I would try to vlog about it, and I would cry. I found myself crying at the drop of a hat, like crying in the shower, crying as I was moving my classroom. I'm gonna show you some footage of that. But they told us the day the kids were released for winter break. We were released for winter break. The buses rolled. They called us in the office right after the buses left, and they were like, "You're moving." And that's how I started my winter break, like in tears. I was supposed to go to a happy hour, like, yes, winter break, but it was more like sad hour. So, yeah. So it's like, you know what? I talked with my husband and my family, and I was like, you know what? I've gained this weight. I'm going to get my health back on track, and when I go to work, I'm going to be happy. So, but as soon as I got back to work, I was like, in tears, guys. Like, literally, like, trying to move my classroom was so rough. When you see these clips, forgive my hair, because, like, I mean, I was moving my room, but I was trying to talk to you guys about the situation, and I couldn't get through it without crying.
I'm trying not to let that affect my stress levels, because I've been really struggling with stress, but it's hard.
But so I noticed, like, okay, it's like I have all these things. I have a great support system with family, and I have all the things that I'm financially stable. It's like, what's wrong? Is it really that bad? And I don't know if it was just like a trigger. It was something, and I was like, I just can't seem to get out of this funk. I was just sad. I would take a shower and I would cry. And I would come home and I would cry, and my husband would try to cheer me up, and I'm like talking to my mom, and I'm just like, I have to go to the doctor. So I went to see my doctor, and this was one of those turning points along with some other conversations, and they did like a depression screener. But then he was like, do you know why he's like, what's making you so unhappy? And I guess most people, like, when you're depressed, you really just can't get out of it, or you can't pinpoint it. I don't know. But I was like, my job. I was like, everything else is great. He was like, so what's the plan? What you gonna do about that? And I've always, you know, guess you can say I've been afraid of leaving teaching, but I feel like this was God's way of telling me, like, I've been trying to let you know this is not what you should be doing. This is not your purpose in life, and you're being hard-headed. But now we're gonna do it. We're gonna do what you were meant to do. So I feel like this was God telling me, like, no, you're not gonna do things the way you want to do it. Because I feel like the previous school year, whenever they asked me to move, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. There was a sign. Like, I switched schools for a reason. Me going to the other school, I probably should have never even went to the school I was at last year. And then for it to happen again around the same time of year, I was like, it is time. It's time for me to go. I mean, I do love teaching and everything, but I felt like it was just too much. So I sat down, talked with my husband and my sisters, and just came up with a plan, and I resigned. I literally resigned. Life is too short to be unhappy and to be depressed. Stress will kill you. Stress will kill you. It'll make you fat and ugly too. Because I gained so much weight. I was feeling so ugly. I broke out again. I definitely broke out again, and you'll see that, like, I had just cleared my skin up. My skin was looking great, and whenever I had to move and switch grade levels, I broke out. And that, to me, validated that most of those, like, those breakouts, those terrible breakouts I was having last year, they were stress related. And stress can do so many things, so much harm to your body. And it can kill you. It can take a toll on you. So take care of yourself. Like, I was in such an ugly place. I was just like, I can't do this. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, this is not fair to me, my husband, my family. I was just like, another one of the things, I was talking to Kristen Shoots people, and she was like, how's work going? And my answer was, I hate it. It was like this, I hate it. She was like, hate is such a strong word. And I thought I had to marinate on that. And I went back to some of your comments to that video, and I remember some of the comments were saying, girl, I had to get out of teaching. I had to leave. I had to do it for myself and for my health. I remember some of your comments like you had to go. It wasn't for you anymore. It was just taking such a toll. And I went back and I read those comments. So thank you. And yeah, create a plan, get out. And if you are, I am praying for all of you. No one should have to feel that way. I mean, it was tough, and the doctor was like, I feel like you know what you need to do. He's like, I could put you on something, make you feel better, but he's like, I don't think that's what, I don't think that's what you need. He's like, He was like, create a plan. So I was like, you know what, I'll do that. He was like, get a second opinion. So I got a second opinion. It was just, they were like, go home, create a plan. And when I tell you, I felt like such a huge load was lifted off my back whenever I sent in my resignation letter. It was like the best feeling. I was like walking around just cheesing. So I know I'm just not telling anybody just quit, but I did. I sat down, talked to my husband, talked to my sisters and my family, and yeah, I feel like that was best, and I feel like the baby's right on time. So and I went for a follow-up appointment, and literally the nurse and the doctor were like, whoa, you're glowing like you, I can tell like there's a change. What happened? And I told them I put in my resignation letter, and this was my last year teaching. So, and literally from that point, I felt better. Now, getting through the school year was still tough. It was tough for a reason. It was tough for a reason because literally like a month later, almost exactly a month later, a little less than a month later, I found out I was pregnant. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, literally, I was like, God was like, listen, you don't know what you're doing. And for me to get pregnant right after I resigned, I'm like, everything that's happening was meant to happen. Everything that's happening was meant to happen because I wasn't trying. And I was like, what better time? Actually, after I resigned, the plan was for me to work on what we're working on for a year. And I told my husband we should start trying next year. So, but that didn't happen. And that did make things a lot harder to get through the remaining months of the school year, even though I was like, yes, I'm almost there to the end. But my first trimester was like so rough. It was like super rough. Morning sickness, like every symptom. I was looking at the What to Expect app, and I'm like, gosh, I have like every symptom. Like all my friends were like, yeah, I didn't have those problems. I had morning sickness and all of that. And actually a couple weeks after I found out I was pregnant, I had been super excited about going to YouTube Black. All these weeks, I was like, yes, I'm going to LA. I'm going to meet so many YouTubers, and it's going to be great. And when it came around, like one of my friends she said like she guessed that I was pregnant because I wasn't as excited about going. And she was like, what? I'm just like, I don't feel like it. And she's like, whoa, how do you go from, being excited about it to not even wanting to go? And she was like, what if she's pregnant? She said it just popped in her head. And she didn't think anything of it. But then whenever I told her I was, she's like, I knew it. And while I was there at YouTube Black, I was just kind of like, I gotta fake it. I gotta, gotta fake it, because I was like, I don't want to be here because I feel like throwing up. But I didn't throw up in LA. And all kind of things. And then I turned 30. And that was super exciting. I'm like, I'm 30, I'm pregnant. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be a teacher anymore. Life's great. But turned 30, and I don't know, things have been going great. So yeah, I hope that helped some of you. And I'm excited again to share this journey. I really am gonna try to vlog. I promise. You're gonna be seeing so much more of me because I'm no longer teaching. So again, thank you for listening and bearing with me through this video. I'm so excited, again, like super excited to cheese face. But don't forget to thumbs up this video, rate, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and yeah. And don't forget to go to mynaturalsisters.com, fill out this survey, and all those wonderful things. See you in the next video. Until next time, peace out, sisters.